Alrighty, so tell us about the show today.
It is the third annual West Coast Mopars car show. It's held the last Sunday of May every year. This Upper Coombs Fairgrounds field, 9 to 3, and yeah.
Tell us about some of the wheels that are here today.
We've got a good mix. We've got there's a couple Hemi Darts driving around. There's a lot of Cudas, Chargers. There's lots of new Challengers. There's lots of stuff I've never seen before.
And what did you bring today?
I brought a 68 Polara wagon. I've got a 62 Chrysler Windsor and a 7340 Dart.
So did you bring them all in on a trailer, or?
No, I drove every one of them here. I don't trailer anything. my wonderful wife drove me home twice so I could bring each one back. I wasn't even going to bring the wagon, but it's just there's 8 feet of storage back there, so you can load whatever you want.
Perfect. When it comes to this kind of show, how much work goes into getting this off the ground?
It is a year of me calling and getting a hold of the fire department. We've got vendors over there. I've got to book the field. I've got to do the washroom rentals, insurance. There's a lot of work that goes into it. But luckily, I just get to stand at the top and enter everybody in, and I've got volunteers that park everybody, and yeah.
So a lot of people are starting to see your vision, and with this being the third annual, tell us a little bit about the history. What did you start with?
I started with nothing. I started with I just wanted to get a few guys together to do a car show.
And your first year, what did you have for vehicles?
I think there was about 60 vehicles, 75 maybe the first year. Last year there was 95, and this year I think we've reached about 140 now.
Excellent.
Yeah, and the first year was free out of my pocket. I just thought we'll see where it goes, and we charge $10 a car, which is way cheaper than any of the other shows.
Yeah.
But we don't do music. We just try and keep it low key, and it seems to be popular. You don't have a speaker blaring in your ear the whole time.
You've just got the typical laid back show and shine.
And I hear about it all the time. People look forward to it, so that's good. I never thought that
it would be where it is today.
No, I didn't think there'd be even more than 10 cars the first year, right? I thought my friends would show up and
we'd have a little private get together.
Yeah.
Well, now it seems like you've got 140 new friends, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
Where does this end for you? Where would you like to see this show built up to?
I just want to keep it going every year.
Yeah.
If I can keep it going every year and people are still having fun and having a good time, then that's all that matters. I just don't want it to get political, and I don't want people to be bickering about trophies, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just want to keep it low key, and people are smiling when they're walking around, and that's all it.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about that gearhead mentality that everyone should be able to come and hang out and have some fun, right?
Yeah.
And seeing families coming out too. Is that your vision?
That's huge, having not just car guys come out, but families walking around and seeing an old Valiant or a Rambler that they've never seen. And
because some of these cars are looking pretty rare that you've got here today.
Yeah, there was one earlier. The guy lives 2 blocks away. Said they haven't had it out in 15 years. I just thought we'll come down to the show.
That's quite the honor, having a 15-year parked car come out to your show.
Yeah, no, that's exciting. I mean, and people have been coming from over on the mainland saying they've been looking forward to it all year.
Yeah, I ran into a couple earlier, and they said that they were looking forward to come out to the island for this Mopar show. So it's pretty cool to have them come out from Vancouver like that. Oh,
definitely. We're the first show of the year. People are making a weekend out of it, coming over to the island. So, yeah, no, it's great.
When it comes to this kind of show, there's always that stigma. You've got the old guys versus the young guys. Do you see that as a great new thing that young people can come with their new Mopar and the old guys can come together? Or?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, even the big thing nowadays is that there's not a lot of young people doing it. So a lot of the older guys are wondering where their cars are going to end up and what's going to happen. I'm one of a sort of a rare breed that works on the old stuff and drives it. So no, it's great if the young people are getting into this, and not just playing video games and learning how to work on something. That's great.
Awesome. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to me today, and thank you for sharing your 3 wheels. That's quite the effort just in itself to get 3 sets of wheels out to a show.
There's more at home, but my wife wouldn't let me bring it.
You're going to have to get a $20 or higher fee in the future, and maybe you can get that auto carrier you've always been looking at.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
cool.
Thank you for sharing your show with us and sharing your wheels.
No problem. Thank you.
I'm Joost, and I come from Holland. I'm born in 1949. I'm just 69, and it's beautiful and nice to see cars that are older than I am. And it's various cars here. I'm very surprised.
Artie, tell me a little bit about the amazing wheels you got going behind us here, how you came upon it, what you've started working on, and then how we got it to today.
Well, I started about 7 years ago when I moved down here from Kamloops. I found myself being bored in Parksville. Can you imagine that, right?
Yeah.
So I just bought the shell and I started building it, and every night sitting around looking at it, I just decided which way I wanted to go and what I wanted to build for it.
So what do you call this car now?
It's a rat gasser.
And it's
just a 73 Charger, and it's a well-known car through the years. That Charger's been known with NASCAR forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won lots of races with them.
And what engine you got under there?
There's a 440 517 stroker kit in it. Yeah, it's got the headwork all done and the tunnel ram. I do have a 518 blower for it, but whatever.
Doesn't necessarily need it with that much on the bottom end, eh?
No,
Yeah.
You don't need it.
And have you taken it out to any tracks or anything yet? Or?
No, it's just my daily driver. I just like driving it around. Yeah, you don't need it.
Like the reaction you're getting?
Yeah, I do. It's a lot of people looking at it. They like it, especially when I got the hood open, eh?
Yeah. Tell us about that design for the hood.
It's just the same Charger design. The fenders just cast molded the fenders and the hood and the bumper, and then just molded it all together into one piece when I got finished.
And then it tips.
Yeah, it does. I'll show you if you'd like.
Yeah.
Put the lock bar in so it didn't fall on anybody's heads.
The same spot.
Yeah.
So when you put this all together, I mean, was this sketched out, or did you design it in a computer, or
no?
how did it come together?
Sitting around time, looking.
Yeah.
Just look at other cars and see what other people have, and I kind of like the flip front end, so that's where it started, and started building that part of the project, and then the framing and all the tube railing. It's a lot of welding, a lot of cutting, a lot of putting together. It's fun.
And tell us about the weight that you shaved off this vehicle.
Well, when you change from steel to fiberglass, you shed a lot of weight, and when you change your front end and put a race track front end in it, straight axle, it lowers the weight by 1,000 pounds.
Wow,
Yeah.
That's a lot, really.
Yeah.
When you start thinking about it. If you had to put 1,000 pounds in the back of a pickup truck, it seems like a lot, right?
Well, it's only a few people in a station wagon. Away you go.
Yeah. What's the most fun part about owning this vehicle?
The smiles on other people's faces
Yeah.
when they actually look at it. I think you've been standing around and watching people look at it, right? And then they're kind of amazed with what it looks like and how it appears. Yeah.
Yeah. And what size of tires are on the back of this thing?
Those are 18 by 33s.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the fronts are 10 by 60 series.
Okay. And what else can you tell about the interior? It looks like you got a roll cage in there and everything, eh?
Yeah, it's just the bar system. You put all that together. It's a cage. It saves your butt if you get into a crash.
Yeah.
But I don't expect to get in a crash. I just built it for looks, nostalgia, right?
Okay.
More than anything. But if I do crash, it will help.
And is this your first build, or?
No, I've built a few other cars before this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a 68 Chevelle. Had a few other vehicles besides that. I'm a Dodge guy, but I'm also, if it's a beautiful car, why not build it, right?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing your wheels with us.
Yeah, you're welcome. Have a nice day.